Peel and welcome back to Astro's Playroom. In this part we're going to be going into the GPU jungle level. So let's go right in. This is the PS4 based level and the PS4 is probably where most of my PlayStation memories are. And I know it feels weird to be talking about the PlayStation 4 in past tense now. Oh, we got Crash right off the bat. They got the big uns right away. Get the boxes, get the Wumpa Fruit. All I think about when I think of the name Wumpa Fruit is that one speedrun where the guy who was quite clearly a little bit unhinged, the guy who started talking about how he's going to kill himself because he had to do that in the game, went on this massive rant, well, not really a massive rant, but just he shouted at the top of his voice, "They are not apples," and that is like one of the things that always sticks to me with that. But yeah, the PS4 and the PS4 era, what are the big name games that had? Like, just thinking about it, off the top of my head, we had Shadow of the Colossus, we had God of War 2018, Spider-Man, Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, like, there's some fucking bangers on that system. And for me, as someone who has never really cared for console exclusivity, the one thing that I can give credit to Sony for is that when they throw their money at something, it usually comes out as something special. Casually opening this like a Zelda dungeon or something. What we got here, that's the motion controller. So yeah, that's the other half, the thing you have in your other hand. And you can change the colour on it, cool. Is that Symphony of the Night they're going for? Where you save in a coffin? Yeah, it is, there's Alucard. Oh, that's cool. I think these here are the lyrics to the song that's playing. I'll say that this kind of music, where, like, when it comes to... No, that's Horizon Zero Dawn. When it comes to electronic music, I don't like it when it's clearly trying to fix bad vocals. But when they're doing cool shit like what we're hearing right now, this is really fucking cool. Like, there's a song, the credits theme from Spider-Man Miles Morales, does a similar kind of thing. Is this Monster Hunter? It's either Monster Hunter or one of those kinds of games. I actually did start playing Monster Hunter Stories 2 not too long ago. It's a game that I've been meaning to get back to. A lot of people are billing it as a kind of Pokemon killer thing, which I don't really think does it justice. I think the game has its own strengths aside from that. I wonder how I get this. Do I have to... Oh, I can just do that. Oh. Okay. But yeah, Monster Hunter Stories 2. It's got its own battle system. It's a very simple battle system, but it's mostly turn-based, which is kind of why it appeals to me, more so than the main Monster Hunter games. But it's not Pokemon. Like, if you're looking for a Pokemon killer, that's not what it's trying to be, and I think if you're looking for that, you're probably setting yourself up for the wrong kind of thing. What it does seem to be, though, is a really cool RPG in its own right, that has a cool setting, that has a really cool art style. It's like sort of cel-shaded, but not entirely. It's a very unique look to it, and yeah, I want to get around to playing more of it. Who's this over here? Don't know, but I just punched you. Whenever I see a bit of cracked wall like that, it looks like the sort of thing I should be able to punch through, so that's usually what I'm gonna try. Now, if this was really a PS4 trigger, each time you bounce on it, it would have a bit less resistance, until eventually it might as well just sort of hang there awkwardly. I think that's something else that I'm not gonna get, unfortunately. But yeah, I like the general look and the general feel of the PS4 controller compared to the 6-axis and the DualShock 3. But them things are... they're not the sturdiest things in the world. For the longest time, I never had any kind of issue whatsoever with controllers. I still have my Dreamcast controllers that are still working as they always did. But the PS4 controllers, I don't know, like one of them, I think it was the gyro control, just stopped working entirely. Well, not entirely, but it was stopped working to the point where it wasn't responsive enough for games that needed it. And the other one, the D-pad, went a bit funky. And that's not a problem I've had with controllers in the past. That's usually I'm good at looking after me stuff, so that it's not normally my fault if anything goes wrong. But they're just fragile. That's got to be Uncharted. That's got to be Uncharted. Although controllers in general have been getting more fragile, it's like Nintendo used to be good for controllers. As much of a weird fucking thing as the N64 controller was, it still worked. And the GameCube controller is the beast. Huh. Ooh, I'm thinking of the murals from Journey, but that guy's got what looks like either a microphone or a move controller, so I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo controllers have got worse. Microsoft controllers, the Xbox One controller I use, I don't have an Xbox One, but that's my usual go-to PC controller. It's fine, I guess. It doesn't feel the sturdiest thing in the world. I guess they're trying to encourage people to buy the more expensive Elite ones, which I'm just not gonna do. But yeah, the Switch controllers are a fucking joke. Nintendo's ones. We have a Vita cart bot away. These carts are fine. What's not fine is the fact that the PS Vita used a proprietary memory card that was expensive back then, and you kind of have no hope of getting hold of one now. And this was years after that kind of stopped being acceptable. Oh, what's happening over there? I don't know. Is that Motorstorm? Maybe. Although I don't know what the guys following the bike are doing. I think I've just spied our gimmick for the level. Let's hope this one works better than the frog. Monkey. Okay, maybe it will. Oh no, oh no. I'm not liking this. You got to use the motion controls and the triggers. This is a definite gimmick, alright. Although actually, at least it seems to control, like, it's a lot clearer how you get it to work than the frog was. So I can't complain too much. It's just, it is very obvious that when they start doing these alternate control schemes, it tends to be the worst. Let's see, if I hold onto it with my right hand this time, maybe I can grab that. There we go. Now, do I have to fall on my ass again, or... Oh, okay, I can just do that. It's things like this that are what kind of make me agree with the people like, it's more of a tech demo than a game. Because in a lot, like if a more mainstream platformer had a section like this, it would be the level that none of us like. It'd be the one that when you replay it, you're like, oh, I guess I have to do this bit now. Oh. Guess I've got to be a bit more careful. So, motion controls, that's how we swing. Okay. And I've got to hold the triggers out. So, can I use this to get up there, I wonder? Yes, I can. So, what do I do? Oh, got to do it very gently. So if I grab on too hard, it'll break. Oh. I might not like the gimmick, but at least that's making creative use of it. So this is the PlayStation camera. This, as far as I know, was basically the PS4 trying to do the Kinect, which not exactly aiming high there. Let's get this thing. And that looks like another thing off to the right here. So while I'm here, let's at least try to get it. Or not. Oh, I'm back down here. Lovely. At least I can show off the intended route this time. Maybe I was going a bit too fast. Okay. Alright, I guess I have to be right in the middle. There we go, the DualShock 4. Legend has it, little robots live inside it. I'm not sure how true that is, but let's see. Look how well textured this is. How high quality that texture is that they're rendered in the game. Like, let's try and get around to the triggers. There, look at that. Jesus Christ, their original models that they're working with for this game must be huge. And let's actually go the intended route now. Thank you, Lord. Ray Tracer in Zoko. Ninja bots. Basic platforming, that's what I gotta do. Nice one. Sometimes when I'm playing games and talking like this, my brain just stops working entirely, and that is why I usually do LPs in post, and why I'm having to sort of ease myself into this gently. Let's try not to be so stupid this time. See, once I started fighting that guy, it was a matter of pride to finish fighting that guy. Mate, you could help. Rather than just standing there applauding. He don't give a shit. He's not gonna help his mate. I must go and check out every little side route. Just with how much cool shit there is constantly throughout this game. What's this? The VR processor unit. Okay. Again, I never did care for VR. I certainly don't care for a console exclusive VR setup. I'm not sure how well they supported it compared to the other VR setups you can get. It's got to be better than Oculus that, you know, needs to be tied to fucking Facebook, which is the dumbest decision they could have made with a thing. Because I've seen more than a handful of stories now of people who got the Oculus system and then they got banned from Facebook for doing the yikes misinformation sort of thing. And they lost their game libraries because of it, which is frankly fucking bullshit, and it's part of the problem with the digital future. But here we have Jak and Daxter, which I'm surprised it took this long into the game to get them to show up, but I guess they got to save some of the bigger ones for later levels. I'm not dying to a fucking wiggler. There she is, the PlayStation Vita, the Persona 4 Golden player and literally nothing else. And it's kind of funny now that Persona 4 Golden has a Steam port, so it's like the one thing it was known for doing just isn't important anymore. Although, naturally, that port had to come out when I was halfway through my playthrough on my FC Playfish channel. So, it was like, at that point, it wasn't worth restarting the game, so I just had to sort of settle for my shitty little PS TV setup. Oh, we've got every current gen game ever. I'm not sure what's actually making it... Oh, I just have to let go of the thing. I was kind of expecting that I'd have to use the right trigger for that, but no, it's just set it up, then let go. I was overthinking things. Like a dumbass, like I usually do. And I also can't aim for shit, in case that wasn't making itself apparent. Man, this music is so good. I love it. Like, it's just got such a distinct vibe to it that it's good electronic music. And it's not just doing like the cash pop thing either. It's got its own unique feel to it. Probably gonna die to this guy at least a couple of times. I can just sort of feel it. Would definitely help if I could learn to aim, but that's clearly not going to happen in this lifetime. There we go. Oh no. Come on, I landed on top of it! That should have counted! Oh well. Second try. It's a cycle boss. I probably should have expected it to be a cycle boss, but that's one thing that I always think is a shame when bosses are built in a way that you have to stick to the set way of doing it. You can't just find like ways that you can maybe play the game a bit better and, you know, maybe skip a phase, find a sequence break for it or something. Stay fucking still! There we go. Oh. Oh. Never mind. Maybe I should try and get part way across the rope and then try it. Will it blow over? Oh, that's what you meant to do. I'm idiot. I'm gonna take the safe route here. Tekken. Feels kind of weird to be seeing this here after the Smash reveal, but yeah. Time to return to Monkey. Yeah, I've really got no commentary to add for this because it literally is just more annoying climbing. I suppose what I could talk about for a bit while this is happening is in regards to whether this is a game or a tech demo. I feel like the decider for that is if we were to give it a couple of years and we got to the point where everyone's used to the PS5, everyone's used to the new controller, it's not some special gimmick anymore that you got all these vibration effects. Like, it's just a thing that everyone knows what it does. And they made a sequel to this game. Would anyone care? And I feel like it would depend entirely on how they do it, because the base gameplay, I like it a lot, but I do have to admit that by 3D platformer standards, there's not really that much going on. Like, there's a few cool things, like we had the shooting sections, we had the bow and arrow sections, and they're fine. And you could probably do more stuff like that to spice up the levels. No, oh. Come on. Okay, I'm not too keen on the motion controls, that's more evidence why. But if we made a sequel to this that wasn't based on the gimmicks, I feel like this game would have to do a lot to make itself more interesting. Because the platforming is very by the numbers, and that's fine in this situation because it's just as much about the world that you're traversing and you go through all the different PlayStation references. But if this were like, say, Mario levels or Sonic levels or whatever, with this kind of basic platforming control scheme, yet more VR stuff that I don't care about. Like, if this didn't have that kind of novel element to it, I don't know if people would care that much for the base gameplay. I feel like there's franchise potential for just Astro in himself as a character, and it feels like whenever they have a new system they want to show off or a new accessory or something, Astro seems like he'd be a good face for it. Can I grab something? Yeah. Like, they could definitely use Astro again, but as for a direct sequel to this game that wasn't quite so dependent on the gimmicks and the PlayStation shoutouts, I don't know if it would hold up. necessarily. Because I feel like a lot of people who are playing this, I don't know, like I don't feel it has that much lasting appeal, at least compared to most 3D platformers that you might play. Like, people will go back to Crash, and they'll go back to Ratchet, and Jak and Daxter, and stuff like that. He's just sleeping, guys, it's fine. Whether they'll go back to this game, I don't know. I wonder if there's like a trophy or something for shooting all the rabbits. If there is, then I wouldn't get the notifications because I have those turned off, but it will be interesting to see regardless. Don't fucking steal, you like Mips here from Mario 64. There we go, that's another one down. That's cool. That's kind of a spoiler actually. So I won't elaborate on what that's from, but I'm glad that that's there. What are they playing? Monster Escape? There's probably another play on Monster Hunter. Oh, that's just if you need another one of these. Okay. I want to check if I'm missing any rabbits or not. Because I think I got them all, but there might be one hiding somewhere. Is there anything behind the igloo? Oh, let's just break their igloo entirely, because fuck them, I guess. No, it looks like I got all the rabbits. Sweet. And there we go, the PS4 itself, the original release of it. Promised greatness, delivered more. That's kind of sucking your own ego there, but I did also mention that you had a lot of great games on the system, so I'll let them have that one. Collected 4 key PlayStation artifacts. Wait, what's that sound? It's coming from the basement of CPU Plaza. You better go back and investigate. Okay, I'll do that, but before we do that, we've got more gacha to do. Okay, that dude's after the controller now. Okay. Let's see, can I get any of the discs out? Let's try that again, just in case. No, I guess that one just doesn't have a disc in it. Oh well. At least friendly gacha robot will always be there for me. And there we have the PS4 Pro. I never had one of these, but as far as I understand now, I have the PS5. A lot of the games that had PS4 updates, like PS4 Pro updates, will also have that benefit on PS5, so it was nice that that was an option when it happened. There's our PS1 chibi console. That's cool. New artifact. And that's the PS4 Slim that's not quite as tall. And aside from the PlayStation buttons being the console's feet, I don't know, it just doesn't have the same sleek look to it that the original model did. And given it doesn't have the performance upgrade from the PS4 Pro, it's probably the weakest of the systems design-wise. That's PlayStation Home. You can kind of see over there the era where the console designs became a lot more samey and a lot less unique from one another, because like the PS4 Slim to the PS4 Pro here, it's just another layer on top of it. There's nothing really setting it apart compared to where if we go over to the PS3s there, every one of those designs looks quite a bit different. You got the shiny PS3 main system, you got the Slim, which looks kind of sleek, and then you got the one that I got, where if we just yeet these guys over, you know, it's a lot more plastic Chinese toy, but it's cheap. And it being cheap was the selling point for the PS3 for me, because I don't know, like I said, I was mainly on the 360 during that generation. That I wasn't in any main rush to get a PS3. That was just to kind of fill in the blanks of my game library. Oh, I've just seen what I can do now I have all the guns. Let's go back over to the PS2 here. I feel like we've got an extra bit of platforming to do. Go over to here. And then, I don't know whether I can make this jump or if I have to fire myself at it somehow. Nope, I can make it, but I'm really nervous about falling now. It's a long way down. There we go, can I get up to here yet? I don't know, there might be another thing I need before I can get up and do anything else, but that's a very long way down. But the PS4 broke my fall. That was what it was primarily built for, clearly. Alright, that's enough fucking around in here. Let's go back and see what's going on in the main plaza. Okay, but we'll ignore the obvious hazard that they're all pointing to. We got new speedrun challenges! Oh, bless them. So, let me go find the thing. I've completely lost my bearings now. Oh, it's down there. Look at him, poor little guy! Now you got nothing to worry about. Before I do anything else, I feel like I should probably just do a bit of cleanup here so that when we go in, we can just go in and not have to worry about anything else. I think that was the last of the hub world pieces that you can find. But they're all just up and staring at this like a cult. But, ladies and gentlemen, join me next time where we'll be surprisingly happy and unconcerned about what's going on here as we go into the final area. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'll see you then.